Good morning, children. Today I'm going to continue with the explanation of Chapter 1, Mowgli and the Bandar Log, written by Rudyard Kipling. Before I could start with the explanation of the remaining chapter, I would like to give you a short briefing of what we did in the previous class. In the previous class, we have studied that Mowgli was a 7-year-old boy who was being raised by a family of wolves. His, his teacher and best friends were Bagheera, the Black Panther, and Baloo, the bear. They taught him the rules and regulations of the jungle, and they even protected Mowgli from other wild animals. One day, while Mowgli, Bagheera, and Baloo were taking their midday nap or afternoon sleep, a group of monkeys called Bandar came and kidnapped Mowgli. Now, the reason why the Bandar wanted to kidnap Mowgli because they thought that Mowgli was very clever, he could light fire, and moreover, he was a man cub or a human child. For that reason, they wanted to kidnap Mowgli and make him his leader. While Mowgli was taking his afternoon sleep or rest under a huge tree, at that time, these group of monkeys, the Bandar they came and dragged Mowgli up to a high up to the tree tops. Mowgli could feel hands holding his arms and legs. Quickly, quickly, Baloo and Bagheera, when they heard Mowgli calling out for help, at that time Baloo woke up with a very loud sound which made the entire jungle tremble, while Bagheera, with all his teeth out, he leaped on a branch of a tree. At that time, Bagheera saw that the Bandar had kidnapped Mowgli. So when the Bandar saw that Bagheera had seen them, they thought now the jungle people will know how clever and brave the Bandar are. These Bandar they had their own tree roads. They used to travel by these tree roads uphill and downhill. So they took Mowgli to the to they took Mowgli uphill using the same tree roads which they used to travel. Now this tree roads were so fast that they used to travel with them even during at night. They were so familiar with these tree roads that they used to travel even during the night. So Mowgli was being kidnapped and was being taken to by these monkey group of monkeys, so he could not see Baloo and Bagheera. So he thought of an idea or a plan that he should send some kind of message to Baloo and Bagheera so that Baloo and Bagheera could come and rescue him. So now please pay attention while I continue with the remaining explanation of the chapter. Mowgli knew it was useless to look down, so to find help he looked upwards and saw Ran the kite. So now while Mowgli was being kidnapped by these Bandar and Baloo and Bagheera were left very far behind. So Mowgli knew it was useless for him to look down. So he started looking up into the sky for help. And he wanted to send some kind of message to Baloo and Bagheera so that they could come and rescue Mowgli. So to find help, he looked upwards and saw Ran. Now while to find help, Mowgli looked up to the sky and he saw Ran the kite flying over the sky and keeping a watch over the jungle. Keeping a watch over the jungle. He was keeping a watch over the jungle. Ran dropped down to lower heights and found that the Bandar were dragging Mowgli through the treetops. Now, while Ran was keeping a watch over the jungle, so he came down and he saw that the Bandar or the monkey people were taking Mowgli to the treetops. They were taking Mowgli to the treetops and going uphill. He heard Mowgli calling out to him. Then Ran heard Mowgli calling out to him, calling out for help. We are of one blood, you and I. Then Mowgli told Ran, we are of one blood, we are brothers, you and I. Means Ran the kite and Mowgli are of one blood, we are brothers. Mark my trail, tell Balu and Bagheera. Then Mowgli told Ram the kite, mark my path, mark my way and go and inform Balu and Bagheera where the Bandar Lok is taking me and going. What shall I give? What shall I give, brother? What name shall I give, brother? Then Ran told Mowgli, what name shall I give to Balu and Bagheera? Then Mowgli said, they call me Mowgli the man cub. Then Mowgli replied Ran and told Ran that they call me Mowgli the man cub. Okay. Meanwhile, Balu and Bagheera were getting worried about Mowgli. Now, meanwhile, Balu and Bagheera were getting worried about Mowgli. Now, why were Balu and Bagheera getting worried about Mowgli? They were getting worried about Mowgli because Mowgli were their best friend, and it was their duty and responsibility to take care of Mowgli. And moreover, they could not find Mowgli in the jungle as Balu and Bagheera were left very far behind. As they were left very far behind, they could not find Mowgli. For that reason, they were very tense, they were very worried for their friend. You taught the man cub the laws of the jungle. Why didn't you warn him about the Bandar Lok? Then Bagheera, the Black Panther, told Balu the bear, you taught the man cub, the human boy, Mowgli, the rules of the jungle. You taught him all the rules of the jungle. Now, who taught the rules of the jungle to Mowgli? It was Balu, the bear, who taught Mowgli the rules of the jungle. Then Bagheera said, why didn't you warn Mowgli about the Bandar Lok? Why didn't you tell Mowgli that how dangerous these Bandar Lok people were, or how dangerous these group of monkeys were? You should have warned him. You should have always told him to be far from these group of monkeys. I am the most miserable of bears. Then Balu told to himself. Now Balu was trying to say these words to himself, that I am the most miserable, that I am the most useless of bears. Oh Mowgli, why didn't I warn you? Now Balu started cursing himself that why I never warned Mowgli about the Bandar Lok, about these monkey people, how dangerous they were, how naughty they were, how mischievous they were. For that reason, now Balu was cursing himself that why I never warned Mowgli about the danger that these Bandar Lok or these monkey people possess upon Mowgli. Okay, so for that reason, and he started calling himself useless. Just then Bagheera and Balu heard a voice calling out to them from the sky. So while Balu and Bagheera were arguing and blaming each other, at that time they could hear a voice calling up from the sky. Now who was that voice? It was Ram the kite that was calling out to Bagheera and Balu and to give information about whom? About Mowgli. Just then Bagheera and Balu heard the voice calling out to them from the sky. They looked up and saw it was Ram the kite. Up, up, hello. Look up, Balu, hello, Bagheera. Then while Balu and Bagheera was arguing, then Ram started calling out to Balu and Bagheera, and then Balu and Bagheera looked up, then up, up. So Balu and Bagheera was trying to think, where is this noise coming from? Who's calling out to them? Then Ram the kite said, look up, Balu and Bagheera. Hello Balu, hello Bagheera. I have some information about you, about your best friend Mowgli. Hello Ram, what are you doing here? Then Bagheera told, Bagheera the Black Panther told, hello Ram, how are you? What are you doing here? What information do you have for us? What do you want to tell us? I saw Mowgli among the Bandar Lok. Then Ran started giving the information about Mowgli to Bagheera and Baloo. I saw Mowgli the Bandar. I saw Mowgli among the Bandar logs. They have taken him beyond the rivers to the monkey city. Then Ran started giving the information about Mowgli to Baloo, and he said that I saw Mowgli and I saw the Bandar logs taking Mowgli to the monkey city, the cold lairs. Now, what is the name of the monkey city? The cold lairs. Go find him, you too. Then Ran the kite gave the information that where he saw Mowgli and who kidnapped and where they were taking him and going. So now Baloo and Bagheera had some information where to go and rescue their friend Mowgli. So both Baloo and Bagheera, they both went to the monkey city called Cold Lairs to rescue Mowgli. Bagheera and Baloo decided to follow Mowgli's trail and visit the Cold Lairs to rescue their man cub. Then Bagheera and Baloo, they both decided to follow Mowgli's trail, Mowgli's path, or the way that the monkey had used to take Mowgli and go. So both Baloo and Bagheera, they both started following the way or the path to go to Cold Lairs and to go and rescue the man cub called Mowgli, their best friend. So children, this is the story. I want you to read the chapter. Until then, thank you.